is there any memory that you wish you could forget? It could be something you did, something you say, something that happens to you, whatever it is, that really brings all type of negative feelings, whether it's anger, whether it's shame, whether it's guilt, cringe, sadness, no matter what it is. Now, I can't erase your memories. And even if I could, I wouldn't, simply because memories are part of what make us who we are, even the bad ones. But how about you could keep those memories and all the lessons learned during that event, if any, and get rid of that emotional charge? Because you could ask yourself, do you need to feel those emotions linked to that event? Or are you ready to let them go so it just becomes just another memory and you can move on? Now, it's very likely that whatever emotional response gets triggered by that memory is not a useful one anymore. So what we need to do is to ground that emotional voltage, basically. And there's a surprisingly fast and easy way to do just that. And it's because memories are fallible. Just ask any police officer about the reliability of a statement and they'll tell you it's pretty bad. It's because memories are not like files on a hard drive that you can just replay at will. Instead, they are reconstructed every single time. And every time you recall and replay a memory, you distort it a little bit every single time. Actually, the only way to leave a memory intact is to not recall it ever. But that's a bit useless, isn't it? So we can use that bug to our advantage. Actually, we can turn it into a feature of our brain, and all you need is your imagination. So what I would like you to do, if you want to go through that quickly, is pick a memory that really bothers you. And a memory that brings up an instant emotional response, a negative one. Now, please avoid very traumatic episodes or really, really bad things. You want to do that in a supervised manner, just in case. But I want you to pick a quite a minor issue, but that still brings up a strong response. Maybe something someone said to you, something you should have said, something that wronged you in some way that really, really gets you going. I'll just give you a few moments to really think about it now. And what I would like you to do is to briefly, just for a few moments, recall it best you can and let that emotion resurface quickly. Only going to be for a few moments. Okay, good. And what I would like you to do is to rate it from 0 to 10. So we got a bit of a baseline to compare with. 0 means there's no emotion at all, in which case, maybe pick a different memory. Or 10 is really, really bad and you're really angry or feeling cringy or whatever it is, whatever it recalls. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter what it is. Only you will know. And what I would like you to do now is to use your imagination. And you can do that. You can do this exercise with your eyes open or closed. It doesn't really matter. And what I would like you to do now is to imagine that in front of you, you've got a big flat screen TV, top of the range, 4K thing. And I would like you to imagine, just imagine or pretend that you can take that memory and put it on the screen right now. So it's playing there on the screen and you're looking at it as if you're witness. So you can see yourself in that film playing there, a memory there, nice and clear on that big flat screen TV now. Okay? And once you've got that, and that memory is playing over there, I would like you to imagine that simply you have the remote control for that TV in your hand. And the first thing I like you to do is to press a button that takes away the color. Press the button down, 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 so the image turns to black and white. Still playing and everything, still nice and clear, but it's in black and white now. Good. And you got another button which change the resolution of that TV. So you from 4K, press the button down, you go to HD, press it down, goes down to SD. Actually, you can even turn it down a bit further. It goes to 320 DPI. Very grainy, slightly pixelated, bad quality, black and white, still playing there in front of you. Okay? And once you've done that, I like you to imagine that TV is being pushed away from you. Okay, just maybe a few meters away from you, or yards, depending what system you use. And imagine that TV is starting to shrink a little bit, getting smaller and smaller and smaller in size. Still playing in black and white, still pixelated, a bit fuzzy, a bit of snow on it. And I like you to imagine that this TV now is turning into one of those old CRT TVs, big bulky TVs that you may have had in the old days. Okay, big bulky TV over there, and that memory is now playing from an old VHS tape, and the quality is really, really bad. It's maybe a bit wavy, bit of snow on it. Okay, and actually someone's messed up with the aerial on that TV, and now it's picking up the local kid radio station. And as you're watching that memory playing black and white, fuzzy, bit snowy, bit distorted, you now have maybe Baby Shark, or maybe the best of the Disney Channel theme tune, maybe Under the Sea, or whatever silly, ridiculous theme tune start playing in the background as well, as you watch this memory playing in front of you in black and white, distorted over there. And what I'd like you to do now is to imagine just a bit further that this TV is going to shrink, 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 until you're left with one of those handheld, old-style portable TV with a big antenna, a bit like an old Game Boy for those people who still remember them. And you've got an LCD screen, a small one, and quality is really, really bad. And now the sound is really teeny, really bad, and still playing that ridiculous theme tune from that kid's radio show. And I would like you to imagine now that somehow I'm going to snap my finger, and that little portable TV, handheld TV thing, will turn into a postcard, like a snapshot, like a screenshot now. And you've got now in your hand a postcard of that memory, and represents that memory quite well, but it's really badly printed. It's black and white, it's fuzzy. Actually, you can even see the lines of the printer. Anyone, the guy who printed that should be sacked. It's really bad quality postcard, really. And I like you to imagine as well now that this postcard is going to shrink, 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 to the size of a stamp between your fingers now. Okay. And what I'd like you to do is to simply rub the stamp, rub the ink off, because it's really badly done, really. And all you left is a small stamp with a few outlines on it, which just about represent your memory that used to bother you. And what I'd like you to do is to take that stamp and roll it into a small ball and flick it in the back of your mind now. Okay, and I would like you to tell me, what is the capital of Azerbaijan? Doesn't matter, it's Baku for the way, but it doesn't matter. I don't care really. And what I'd like you to do now is to look at me and think, okay, where is that number gone now? Where's that feeling gone now? Wherever it was before, whether it was a 7 or a 5, where's that number gone now? So if you've done the exercise, whether you do it live on a replay, I'd like you to write in the comments your numbers, where you were at to start with and where it went down to. Just be honest. Whether it worked or not, I'd like to know, but I'm quite sure it will work for most people. And it's a small exercise. It's quite an easy thing you can do to really flatten any memory you like. Obviously, don't do it for good memories. That'd be a shame. And there's also the way where you can amplify good memories to make them even better. Just doing it the other way around, but that's not the point for today. So this one is quick exercise. In just a few minutes, you can really get rid of that whatever negative emotion you have linked to those memories, so you can just move on and not be bothered by them anymore. You don't need that anyway. So please feel free to comment if you have any questions about this technique or about hypnotherapy, and I'll let you get on with your day now. So thank you for watching. Bye.